Hi, this is Gustav, the developer of TupiTube. Welcome to our channel. In this video, I want to share with you an interesting animation made by one of our community members. His name is Niko Bolivar. By the way, thank you so much for sharing your work with us. From time to time, some of you send me your animation exercise, and I must confess that I love to watch your demos and your progress as digital artists. So what was interesting this time? Okay, first of all, let's spend some seconds to contemplate the animation exercise we are going to study in this video. And that's all? Yes, that's all. So let's try to decompose the elements of this work. First is a loop. I mean, it's a short animation repeating itself endless. Second, it only uses two colors, black and white. Third, the main elements that make up the animation are the rain and a simple character, a square crying. The floor is just an horizontal line, so it doesn't count much. And fourth, the FPS parameter is set to 12. At this point, you could think, hey, that's not a big deal. Well, let me tell you this, it is. Why? Let's take a look at the source file of the project, so I can show you what is the special thing about this animation. Voila! 3 layers and only 7 frames. In my opinion, too few frames to create a loop that you can use for several seconds as part of a bigger project. But let me go further. It's not just about using few frames. It's about using few frames but generating a very fluid animation. That's the challenge. That's the goal that is not trivial to achieve. As I told you before, this animation is formed by 3 layers. At the first one, you can find the square crying. This component doesn't look so special when it is alone, but when it becomes part of the whole animation, it works very well. And this is another point you should pay attention of. A cool animation sometimes could be the result of mixing several basic animations from different layers, as in this case. The second layer only provides the floor and some extra drops of rain. Not big deal by itself, but once again it complements the whole concept when you watch the final result. Now, let's pay attention to the third layer. It defines the main effect of the rain in a very realistic way. This is a good reference of how to animate a basic rain loop. Pay attention to the path followed by every drop of rain and notice how the length of every drop can change between frames. In fact, this is a very good exercise I would like you to try anytime. Additionally, I want you to pay attention to the behavior of some drops when they hit either the square or the floor. It only takes 2 or 3 frames per impact, but this subtle effect gives a really special contribution to the final result because it describes interaction between the rain with the square and the floor, making a really cool composition at the end. About the sound, the original work didn't include it, so let me show you how I added a sound effect reference for this video. First, I extended the animation timeline by copying and pasting the frames from the 3 layers to make a longer animation. Understanding that the FPS is equal to 12 and the project only has 7 frames, I would need at least 5 frames more to reach just 1 second of animation. As I want to generate at least 4 seconds of animation, that means that I will need 48 frames. So I will have to paste the current timeline around 7 times. In case you don't understand this calculation, I want to invite you to watch my previous video about fast and slow motion, where I explain it in a detailed way. Having created 49 frames, I searched for rain sound effects at YouTube. Then I downloaded the sound file and I added it into the library, setting the starting frame for that file at 1, getting as final result the animation you already watched. The reason I wanted to make a video analyzing this example in particular is because it's made just by 7 frames, but the concept is really nice. Of course, this animation can be enhanced a lot, but definitely it's a pretty good start for something cool. The moral of this video is to understand that you don't need to make thousands of frames to create a beautiful animation. Sometimes, just a bunch of frames are good enough. The real hard part of the creation process when you are animating is to find the right concept. So that's the best lesson you can learn from this video. Always spend a few minutes trying to find the best version of the idea you want to develop, even whether you are working on a basic exercise or not. Sometimes, a simple practice can become into a great project just because you discover the beginning of an unexpected but beautiful concept. Remember, before starting any new practice, always hold your horses and take a moment to imagine, to dream, to plan. Because beauty in art, from time to time, comes from simplicity. Okay, that's all for now. This time, I want to send a special greeting to some members of our community. Super Scribble Dude, VJ, Shadow Master, and Big Fellow, among others. Thank you guys. As usual, I hope you liked this video, and please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and follow us in all our social media. See you in the next video.